There are people who like the Friday the 13th movies better than Jason X. To which I say, you don't know what the gosh darn heck you're fucking about, bitch. We should have gotten as many sequels of Jason X as we got regular-ass crusty Friday the 13th movies. I want to see that fucking space bastard fucking it up a lot in space. And most we got people be like, oh, there's comics. Fuck you. It's like when you say, like, I like movies. Oh, then you'll like this book. No, I said I like movies. Hey, do you like this movie? Well, here's a fucking fan fiction I wrote about it. Thanks. I'll shove this right up my ass. Fucking goddamn it. I have a drink in my hand that I would like to sip. It's warm. Because it's coffee. And coffee is traditionally warm. And Dennis Leary once went on a rant about coffee and how he likes coffee-flavored coffee. To which I say, you're a fucking disaster, dude. I was drinking for a minute. I got gifted those those iced coffee bottles you can get. I was given 2 Dunkin' Donuts iced coffees, and I looked, and there were like a full bottle was like 20 carbs, and it was a tiny bottle, and I was like, you are high on meth if you think I'm fucking drinking this. So what I did was I brewed a regular pot of coffee, and then I was using it as creamer in it, and that helped a lot. Don't get me wrong, I still gotta break out the fucking Jane Fonda workout tape and fucking make that go away, but it would have been a lot more Jane Fonda workout tape otherwise. And I'm not going to turn it on and find out, or like refresh my memory, because if even 2 seconds of Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine play, a corporation will break my fucking kneecaps. But you have to appreciate the irony of that. You would think that Rage Against the Machine inherently would let their music be free to use for anybody who chooses to. But unfortunately, there's only one true punk rock icon left in this world, and it's your old pal Majin Tween. But don't worry, I don't really believe in that shit, and the only reason I haven't sold out yet is because nobody's offered me an opportunity to. Well, there was a couple times but those were extenuating circumstances that I didn't agree with. I have unwavering morals, they're just not the same as most other people's. Like, I did get contacted by TMZ once. They wanted to interview me. That's a true story. It was on one of my old Twitter accounts. I got a DM from. The account was TMZ Live. I don't know. And I fucking blew them off. I didn't respond. And I mentioned that to somebody later, and they told me off. Like I was some kind of piece of shit. They were like, that's why you fucking, like your life didn't work out. Because you had an opportunity. No, I didn't have, it wasn't a career opportunity. Whatever, it was like a fucking go on Skype and talk to us for a minute thing. Which I guess, in hindsight, I guess I could have, I should have responded. Because I could have been hilarious on fucking TV or something, but it didn't occur to me. Much like I call the angry video game nerd Avigan. Yeah. In fact, I think I've called him that on this show, and not realized I did it. and not explained what it was. So somebody out there, if they even noticed I just said it, probably just thought I was making a noise. But it's me saying AVGN as a word, Avagan. I call him that because me and my friend used to call him that. And it just became what we called him. He wasn't James, he wasn't the nerd, he was Avagan. And as far as I'm concerned, that is his fucking name. It sounds like it is some Scandinavian shit or something. I don't know if that's correct, but if I say something ignorant, you can at least know that it's not rooted in hatred, it's just rooted in the dictionary definition of ignorance, which is a lack of knowing. So if I say something incorrect, there's no bigotry attached, because I don't have bigotry in my heart. And that's true. There are many things in this world I don't understand, such as, there are some people who get sexual gratification from poop. I disagree with it. I think it's gross. And if you jack off while eating your own shit, at least have some mouthwash and wash your hands before you come to my picnic. If you wouldn't mind. Did I say picnic? I think I did. What's a picnic? It's a picnic, but instead of eating snacks and apples and such, you eat pens and lighters. That's a picnic. That's the stupidest thing I've ever said in my life, probably. I'll say probably. There was a minute where I was trying to learn Japanese because I wanted to move to Japan with something. Like, me and a friend were gonna move to Japan and go live, like, mascot life overseas. Because I got people who live as mascots over there, and my thought was that we are characters in ourselves, because I hung out with, like, wrestling gimmick stripper types. And, that was right before poverty kicked in and kept me in America. Like, literally, we were in the process of learning Japanese with the sole plan of escaping America and going to Japan. And then it switched to another country that was, like, Japan similar. I think it was, like, a Korean city or something. And I was like, now we gotta learn a different fucking language. What do you do? Fuck. We stick to a game plan? I can't just be cramming my head with all this shit. But yeah, I'm not a weeaboo, as they say. I do like aspects of Japanese culture, but I'm not goo-goo for gaga or it, as some people are. I can count the amount of animes I like on one hand. Like, Peach Girl, Chobits, Flip Flappers, Digimon. I've seen a shitload. Because my former roommate was much more weeb adjacent than I was. So she would fucking watch a lot of anime, and so I catched it through fucking osmosis. And most of it is not my cup of tea. This doesn't invalidate it as an art form. I just don't give a shit. That's always a frustrating thing. Is like, there's certain types of shit where if you like something in that genre, then the people who really like that genre assume that you can just be swayed into liking... Oh, Dragon Ball, too, actually. Go figure, Majin Tween, right? I didn't take the name necessarily because of Dragon Ball. Majin is a Japanese word that means, like, magical genie or whatever the fuck. My point is, if you'll stop interrupting me, is most anime does not interest me. I don't give a shit about most of it. But some of it is cute, and if you've ever looked at my last FM, you'll notice that, like, Flip Flappers, Chobits, some Dragon Ball, and Peach Girl, I have their soundtracks in rotation in my music collection because they all have the type of music I like, which is the genre of adorableness. That's just how I operate, quite fucking frankly. I saw a thing, I don't know who, what's her name? Hunter Schafer, I think her name is. I don't know her. I don't pay attention to anything in life at all. But, she's apparently transgender, And fucking, I don't know, she said something about, like, she had opinions on, like, what constitutes being whatever. I don't fucking don't pay attention to shit. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is on anything. Some things she may have said I agree with, some things she said I may have disagreed with. Ooh, tantalizing. I didn't read far enough to figure it out. I mostly don't give a shit what anybody does, honestly. If you wanna fucking cut your dick off and eat it, like, it's your business, you know? I'm not saying that's what everybody does, but saying, like, if that was probably the wrong choice of extreme thing to throw out there, considering that some trans people do get surgery to remove their penis and balls. But I was not referencing that. I was saying that you can do whatever you want, and I don't really give a shit as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, you understand? So, do I think that you need dysphoria to transition? I don't fucking necessarily think so. Because fucking do it if you. I feel like if you want to transition, you probably have it by default anyway. You know, if you have that urge, where you're like, I want to be a woman or a femme substance or whatever. There's something in you that looks at the masculine version or potential masculine version of you and goes, I don't like that, which by definition would be a form of dysphoria. Thus, I would say that technically, yes, you can't be trans without it, but that's just because if you make the decision that you want to transition, it would have had to stem from not wanting to be the other thing, which is what they describe as that anyway. So I would say that yes and no, if that makes any sense. I'm fucking doing fence sitting, the likes of which you've never seen before, I guess. But my point is that she fucking was getting harassed for saying this shit, which is fucking stop harassing people for fucking their opinions. It's fucking annoying. No, you didn't think the same things I do. Wham! Who gives a shit? Unless it's a fucking Nazi who got elected president, it don't fucking affect your life. Oops. My point is, I saw somebody say that, like, they were saying that people need to stop harassing this person, which is true. And I'm not saying person to avoid saying pronouns. I saw somebody bitching about that. Like, if I can say person, it's a woman. Alright, I'll fucking call the mailman a person. It's a fucking word. Shut up. God damn it. Fucking got language police fucking everywhere. Fucking brutal. Fuck you. How about that? Fucking, I respect everybody, so if you ever fucking language police me, you're a piece of shit. Cause I'm just talking. God damn it. And I'm fucking not gonna mince words cause you're a pussy. Anyway, fucking, they said to stop harassing this poor fucking chick, cause fucking, they were like, she liked comments about being transmet, or whatever the fuck the word was, years ago, and she hasn't slipped up recently, so leave her alone. Slipped up? Slipped up. Somebody has a differing opinion on something that is inconsequential to your fucking life, and you say the only reason to stop harassing them brutally is because they haven't slipped up in a while. Touch so much grass that it changes your life. Dude, there are people, believe it or not, there are people who don't like the old Majin Twin from the computer, and they carry that with them every day of their lives, because I live in their head rent-free like a tulpa. And you know what that does to my fucking day? Nothing. Unless they fucking go out of their way to try to make it my fucking problem. In which case, I punch them in the testicles, and I go back to drinking wine, smoking weed, and having a good time. Yeah, sip. Somebody else having an opinion, it's not affecting you. Unless it does. Unless they're doing it at you. That's a different conversation. But people be like, they said it in an open space. Hey, most of you are not in the position I was when I was like homeless. You remember, you ever heard tell of my homeless days? And shit like that? Where I had nothing to do but fucking doom scroll and stare at the computer. And social media and shit, waiting for like things to render and like trying to build things up. My point is most of you can go somewhere, a library, a BDSM club, a fucking grocery store, somewhere where there are human beings who exist. Like you, perhaps. And if not, move to a location where that is the case. Abandon your families. So many people talk about their families where it's just like, my grandma's a racist piece of shit, bitch. She's family. Abandon her. Let her die. Gives a shit. If you weren't fucking using social media as your only tool of socialization in the world, I don't know what you like. I don't, like, you listening specifically, I don't know what your specific ideal social circle is. I know what mine is, and you probably would call it gross. But yours is probably different and a lot easier to access, if I'm being quite honest. So go fucking pursue that. And get, like, fucking, these social media things should be a passing thing that you occasionally open, fire off a zinger, and then go back to life. You know what I mean? Like, even, like, if you're trying to stay updated with projects, you need, like, RSS feeds and shit. I like podcasts, a couple, like the modern radio show, right? Because I used to like Opie and Anthony and listen to 105.1 The Buzz, Rock 101 KUFO, etc., etc. I was into the radio, and podcasts have cropped up. But they're podcasts I like. And I went to a couple different podcasts websites, because I was like, let me get their RSS feeds so I can know when they put out a new episode, and then listen to it whenever I have the time to, you know what I'm saying? And what I found out was that these fucking projects don't have RSS feeds anymore. Now, I don't either. I currently do not have an RSS. My Tumblr does. If you want updates on a chicken or underpants I saw, that's all you're probably getting out of that. But my point is I have YouTube. You can get the YouTube app on like your phone or whatever, and then I think like I don't know exactly how this works. This is not a shill. This is actually me trying to remember how this works. I think you hit the bell, and it like gives you notifications for my uploads. I'm not saying you gotta do that shit, because that's probably fucking annoying. And I remember I did it for a couple things I liked, and then like they would pop up, and I'd be like, hey, fuck this spamming shithead, unsubscribe. It's probably annoying to do. So I would, maybe some of you do it, I don't fucking know. Maybe some of you like me more than you think. It is nice. I hope you're not disgusting. But my point is they don't have RSS feeds on their shit. I wanted to know when they put out new episodes of their thing. And they're like, a lot of them have YouTubes, but their YouTube uploads are behind their podcast broadcasts. So, like, they put up an episode on YouTube with, like, some sort of video adjacent thing, and then you go to their website and you figure out that that was, like, 5 to 10 episodes ago, you know? By design, they want you to go to the fucking website. But, like, I want to know when the website has new episodes so I can listen to the newest ones. And, there's no way to do that. Like, one of them was on... I got an app for my fucking phone. I feel like fucking such a zoomer piece of shit. I'm a goddamn millennial. I'm right at the fucking... I'm in the middle near end of being classified as a millennial. But, like, anyway... I fucking installed an app, a podcast app, just so I could be updated on their podcast specifically. But I'm like, why do you not have an RSS feed? I should be able to fucking get an RSS thing. And any projects I like know when they have updated through this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I shouldn't, like, fucking, go on Twitter. So in between our fucking 30 shit posts, you might get fucking an update on fucking the thing we're doing. I don't want to do that. Because I can't turn on notifications for your Twitter feed. Because you're occasionally crapping out a fucking zinger. And I don't want to get a fucking... my phone to go off. When it's like, oh, fucking Snapple Apple. Take a bite out of that. Oh, it's a glass bottle. What's that about? Nobody ever said that. That was just the first thing I thought that they might. I don't know. That was oddly specific and completely made up. My point is I'm not fucking sifting through that shit to get to, like, your weekly, like, hey, there's a new episode. How about you give me an RSS feed? Son of a bitch. Don't get me wrong. If I was fucking... Because, like, the show or like the show before this show, used to be updated via website updates. That's where an RSS feed would come in handy. And if I fucking ever had to go back to doing that, because I don't think this thing will be on YouTube forever. You know? I don't even know if YouTube will exist forever. Not wishing them ill. Please, corporation, fucking pull through. But, my throat hurts. It's almost as if I've been rambling a lot. That's why I need warm caramel macchiato to heal my wounds. Oh, man. This is a fucking rinky-dink little punk rock production. I don't like calling this a punk rock production, because while I do have I technically have the ideals of punk rock, I've never met somebody who willingly tacks on the punk rock label to themselves in a non-musical way, who wasn't a frothing, self-important douchebag. You know? So while I guess I do, in a sense, embody what that mentality is supposed to be, I don't respect it enough to want to fucking rep it. Because, like, I noticed a lot of punk rock people are very fucking narrow-minded about shit. And I like some punk rock. I like NoFX, Dead Kennedys, Sum 41. Somebody just threw a chair. I'm sorry, Avril Lavigne. Oh, no, don't throw a wrench at me. But it's not my go-to musical genre. I would rather listen to Brandy or Britney Spears or something. Christina Aguilera. You know. I'm rebellious, but I'm also a sultry MILF. Who fucking gets mistaken for being a 15-year-old or something. I feel like I was born to be a fucking older woman who wears opera gloves and says raunchy shit. Like, I'm in my 30s, and I'm still, like, I go places, and I get mistaken for being, like, 15. There was a woman I worked with. Her name was Melinda, and she was fucking a hot lady. She was in her mid to late 40s, which is, like, prime age for a lady, in my opinion. As long as she's fucking got her, you know, shit in shape, then that's a great age to be for a lady. I mean, as long as she hasn't been shitting out kids and fucking eating donuts. That's gonna piss somebody off, but let's be honest, folks. Fucking having kids is the greatest sin. You should be having abortions. I fucking flew out way too freely. Anyway, she was hot, was my point. And she had two offspring. I'm not gonna say kids because they were like, one of them was in high school, one of them was in college, I think. And I thought I had a little crush on this lady because she was fucking cute and she was spunky. She looked like oh god, who the fuck? The mom on Boy Meets World, who had a guest starring role on Home Improvement, and she said the dumbass thing of boxing's not a sport. Thus, when I was talking about this lady to my roommate after I would get home from work, she had the nickname of the Boxing Lady, for no reason other than she looked like Corey's mom on Boy Meets World, and on Home Improvement, she said boxing is not a sport. And we used to smoke weed and watch a fucking shuffled VLC playlist of downloaded YouTube poops, and one of them was of the Home Improvement episode where she said boxing's not a sport. There's also a Raccoon TV skit where I used that clip. What was my point? Oh, right. I had a mad crush on this lady, really intensely. I wanted her to fuck my mouth with a dildo. And, what I found out was she, at one point, because she had just, her college-age daughter had been working there before I got there. And she could not handle stress for fuck. The mom could handle stress great, because she's a mom, fucking, which is a rough job to have. And, but her daughter could not. She got very overwhelmed, And like, if you hear the ding ding from somebody coming in, she'd be like, oh, what, just let it. Like, she fucking couldn't handle it. And I'm a very, one of my strengths is I can handle stress, because I've had no choice in life. And anyway, what I found out was her high school daughter, I don't know how old she was, because I don't give a shit, had come in to work there. What I found out was that she had suggested to this girl that she talk to me and become like friends with me, and because she thought I was the same age, so she was like suggesting me as somebody that she could like hang out with and get to know, and you know, maybe you could fucking, you know, become BFFs or whatever. And then later at some point she randomly is like, she's eating a sandwich in the back on her break. We didn't get actual breaks because the state I was living in at the time did not mandate it legally, so the place didn't give us actual breaks. But we would just say like, yo, there's a lull, you want to eat? You go ahead and eat. I'm not hungry right now, I'll take care of the thing, blah blah blah. Or like, you just fucking grab something quickly, eat, whatever, you know. Anyway, fucking, she's in the back, she goes, how old are you? And I told her, and she fucking stopped in her tracks. She's like, she goes, whoops, because she basically just told somebody, she told her daughter that she should be pursuing a friendship with a highly uninterested person in their, at the time, late 20s. Who would have had, her thought was, you'd have a lot in common, you should, blah blah blah. But, and then she realized that that was not the case, and then she felt awkward because then she had to go correct her daughter and be like, yo, maybe just look at them as an elder. And, also, they felt awkward because, I think they realized it was more, I think she realized it was more appropriate for her to hang out with me and smoke doobies than it was for her daughter to. And that's what I would have preferred anyway, because maybe we could have got some business going. Anyway, years later, I saw her at the next job, or another job I had, and she came in, and she had a baby, like a newborn baby. And I'm like, dog, you're like almost 50 and you had a baby? Coat hanger, man. I'm sorry, that's crass. I'm right. Fish that shit out and chuck it at a windshield as it's careening down a path. I was seeing in the description, Project Pro Skater, that the guy said that in the code of this ISO is every Pro Skater level from 1 through 4, from all the, you know, the PlayStation version specifically, and you just have to do, he said you just have to do hex editing to get them in, because I couldn't put them all in and have them be selectable. And offered no explanation on what that means, what values to edit, or anything. You just assume through osmosis that you can figure it out. And I am not a fucking computer whiz genius. I know how to hex edit. I learned how to hex edit from modding SmackDown 2 for the PlayStation, because I was gonna make my own version of it, and then I realized that that would take way too fucking much time of time I don't have from all the other way more important shit I have going on in life, like smoking weed and fucking having a dominatrix sit on my face while a buff guy fucks my ass. You don't have the time to be modding SmackDown 2 for the Sony PlayStation. So obviously I have to leave that to the professionals, which is fine, because I have a mod currently for it that is a WCW mod. I've shown the ECW mod on this show. It's made by the same guy, but it's a WCW mod, and I prefer it. WCW, in my opinion, is what pro wrestling was always meant to be. And if you don't know WCW, WWE is very segment-oriented, but WCW is like a fucking, it's a 2 to 3 hour telecast, where it's a fucking ongoing sporting event of professional wrestling action, and things flow. It's like WWF TV is booked like a bucket of rocks And WCW TV is booked like a glass of water. And occasionally, you take one of those little fucking tiny bottles of like flavor shit you can squeeze in and then mix it in and it will flavor your water. That's how WCW is booked. WCW is liquid, WWF is solid. And I prefer the liquid presentation of WCW. But it went out of business because of a Time Warner merger and what have you. I miss WCW though. Do not forget that the Ides of March is coming. March 15th. Saturday, 2025, in case you're watching this in 2023, which would be impossible, but I don't know. Time travel may be real, I don't know. Probably not. Get me out of here, man. Get me out of here, man.